Watch him crawl around for a little bit. What's going on, everybody? I'm out here today in the San Gabriel Mountains. It's a really hot day, almost 90 degrees up here. It's the afternoon, it's on kind of the cooling period. We're in some nice sort of high elevation riparian habitat, and we're gonna be hiking looking for snakes for the next couple of hours here. Once it gets dark, we're gonna switch up our methods, but we'll be herping in this area for the rest of the afternoon and evening. Yeah, we'll see how we do, and I'll get back to you all with our first find. Well, it took till dark, but we got a little youngster Algaria. It's been pretty slow so far, but we still got time to look for other stuff. That's pretty sweet. All right, everybody, so as you can see, it's starting to get dark out here, and our main goal for the evening is going to be just kind of hiking these rocky slides for a little while. Some real nice habitat, nice hibernacula, all in this stuff, and it's a tough area to herp, but there's some really great species that love to utilize this kind of habitat. So we'll give this a go for probably the next couple of hours and see what we can find, if anything. Why is he swimming? There's a guy. How about that? Pseudacris along the creek. All right, well that's dope. Nice NC2 on a large night snake. Kind of clinging to the side of a cliff. Dude, that's a big night snake, to be honest. That's kind of wild. That's cool.
I thought it was like a small gopher at first.
Yeah, that's a big night snake, dude. That's like one of the biggest ones I've seen. That's crazy. It's becoming aware of the situation. That's a big night snake, dude. I don't know if I've ever seen a bigger night snake. It's probably 14 to 16 inches. Quite fat. Awesome. Wow. Whoa. What a tank. Thing's awesome. All right, well, he was pretty much cruising just right here, so we'll just leave him right where he is and keep hiking. I'm honestly pretty stoked on that. Seen quite a few of these guys lately, but it's not something I typically see all the time when out night hiking. This guy's kind of a beefy specimen for sure, so very cool. Something on the night, and we'll keep on looking. Awesome. Oh, okay. All right. How about that? Okay, I guess. Another one of these Johns. I don't know what's been going on. Like, I think before this year, I've ever night hiked like 2 night snakes, and this year I'm up to like 4. So, I mean, it's not like it's the rarest snake in the world, but holy voice crack. It's not like it's the rarest snake in the world, but interesting. I mean, I'll take it. It's cool. It's a snake. I like snakes.
I don't.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Oh, there he goes. I'm just going to leave him.
He's going to get away.
I'm just going to leave him.
Get away.
All right, everyone, what's going on? Today we're back out here. Going to do some day hiking again. We're in the Santa Monica Mountains this time. Just hitting some trails, seeing what we can find. Hopefully it'll be some good stuff. And yeah, I'll get back to you guys if we spot anything. Man. All right, first snake of the day. He's kind of going nuts, but pretty good sized patchnose sticking out of this hole. Whoa. That's awesome, dude. Wow. I love these guys. Just saw a desert patch like last week, and now we get another coast patch. That's my first, I think, hiked coast patch this year. I flipped a couple early in the season.
I walked right by him, too.
I know. I almost did this, too. That's so awesome.
That's crazy.
Oh, let's go. Super stoked on this coast patch. Not a common snake by any means, especially in this range. This is my first one from this mountain, so I'm super stoked on the snake. We observed him for a little bit, took some pictures, and we're gonna keep moving. Hell yeah. Epic first snake of the day. So rad. All right, well, we found this guy digging around right here in this bank. So we will just let him go about his day. Watch him crawl around for a little bit. Oh, look at that, he just went right under that rock. Dang, there you go. Cool. Keep hiking. It's my absolute favorite local wildflower. These guys are called ocellated Humboldt lilies. Honestly, it doesn't really look like anything native, but they are. Amazing flower. Super cool. All right, second snake of the day. We did see another small snake get away that was also probably a garter, but a little Thamnophis hammondii, little two-striped garter. Cruising around here, we're getting into some really cool habitat, so this is awesome. But yeah, second snake of the day. Can't complain with that. Little Pacific chorus frog. So I almost didn't see this guy when I was rolling up, but there is the other tree frog species, California chorus frog. That's not a fence lizard, that's a moss lizard. All right, another snake, little two-striped garter. Pretty cool. That's our, what, fourth snake of the hike, I think. It's awesome. It's cool to watch those things swim. There's garter number 4. Just chilling.
Sweet.
Another little guy.
They love laying in the moss like that.
Yeah, another garter, slightly larger one, showing on the opposite. Oh, and that's another one right there too, right?
Oh yeah, there's 2 garters.
So 2.
Let me get a picture of that. That's pretty cool.
Garter there, and there. 2 for 1 deal. Oh,
another one.
and another one.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the garters are just flowing like water. That's cool. Yeah, that's another large-ish one, foraging in the muck. Cool to see them like foraging around in the water. It's awesome. Well, 9th snake of the day. Not too surprising given the weather right now, real hot, but striped racer. Also not too surprising, we didn't get it in hand because it is a striped racer, but another snake on the day. That's 9 snakes on this hike. By far the most productive coastal hike I've had in at least a couple weeks. It's awesome. It's a big striped racer that we pretty much all just walked right by. That's so cool.
Oh, shit.
And there it goes. Where is he? There's your typical
That's what we get for taking so many interviews.
nonsense. Well, at least we got some footage of it. All right, everybody. Well, that was a really productive morning. We saw a whole ton of snakes, 10 total. Mostly garters, but we got a couple striped racers, one of which we got a good look at, and we got that Patchnose snake, which was super awesome. We're back in the St. Gabriel's for tonight. Gonna be looking for stuff over here. Yeah, we'll see how we do. All right, first snake here in the Gabes tonight. Look at that thing. That thing's dark. Blackberry bramble. That's cool. Just right here off the side of the trail. That's awesome. Look at the stripe he's got on his head. Do you see that? Well, there he goes. But that's cool. Little Southern Pacific. Just deep in all this bramble.
It's kind of a cool shot.
Cool.
That was a good spot.
What the heck is going on here?
You should lay down in it.
Why is there a jillion ants? All right, everybody, we are back out at our road cruising spot for the night. Gonna see if we can find anything out here. Last night was pretty slow over in this area, but that could change. Hopefully it'll be a little different tonight, and we'll find some cool stuff. But yeah, I'll get back to you guys with our first find. That's pretty sick. Saw this while we were doing our road cruising, one of the rocket launches. That's awesome. Well, unfortunately, it made it across the road in a flash, but we just saw a mountain lion crossing the road. That's my third wild mountain lion sighting, I believe, ever. You know, and it went across the road quite quick. But that was really, really cool. Yeah, pretty good look, just fast, but that was awesome. I mean, no reptiles on the road yet, but just that makes it worth it for me. That was really, really cool. All right, guys, a little 10 p.m. update. Been road cruising for about 2 hours. Haven't seen anything, not super surprising on roads like this. It's very slow. I just want to stretch my legs, so I'm gonna get out and see if I can find anything on the crawl for a little while, and then probably get back to road cruising again shortly. Look at that beetle. It's a big beetle. But yeah, there's some cool stuff out in these ranges, but there's a reason these areas aren't heavily herped. There's good stuff out here, but to be honest with you, it's kind of a nightmare to find it. But yeah, gonna hike around for a little while, see if that'll yield anything, and if not, get back in the car and do a little bit more road cruising. I'm not gonna go super late tonight because I do have work tomorrow, but see if we can find anything interesting. All right, folks, well, it ended up being a real slow night out here. Nothing really to speak of on the roads after a few hours of cruising, so I'm just gonna call it early, get out of here, gotta go to work tomorrow. So yeah, ended up being a really good day overall. Did see a lot of stuff. Ended off a little bit slow, but that's all right. It was a good day. Yeah, and I will see you guys the next time I get out. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a nice warm afternoon out here in the Santa Ana Mountains. Gonna be out here hiking around for the next few hours and then road cruising a little bit later this evening. Tonight is really another classic night out here to be looking for rosy boas, which is something I've been trying to do in this part of the world for the last few years without success. But rosies are not at all a common sight out in this mountain range. They're quite rare, much rarer than even something like a mountain king. So targets like this, you got to just keep hitting it over and over again and hope that you get lucky, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing tonight. But yeah, going to be hiking right now, cruising a little bit later. I'll get back to you guys with our first find. There we go. We got our first snake of the day. Right quick, pretty much immediately. Nice little gopher snake. Look at that head movement. So funny. Nice little youngster gopher. Probably a couple years old, not super young, but very happy to get anything out here. Look at that. And bro's getting kind of groovy with it. All right. Very cool little gopher snake. All right, awesome. First snake of the day. Right quick, right after we left the parking lot. We're just gonna let him go. Keep on our hike. Look for some other stuff. Oh, look, he's already doing the head thing again. That's so funny, man. Get off the trail. There we go. Awesome. Keep on moving. Lesser nighthawks. Not animals that are at all common in this part of the world. Tend to see them here at this particular spot in the evening in this wash, though. They, like common poor wills, which people do tend to know, are nightjars. They are different species, though, and have pretty different habits. They don't really sit on the roads and things like that like the common poor wills do. Sweet. All right, well, I'm back in Garter Gulch, where I was filming a couple videos ago, and first snake of the night, real shocker, the Amnophis hammondii, two-striped garter. They're absolutely overloaded in this place. That's cool. I was like walking through, I didn't even see him. He's just like chilling on the pond scum. Awesome. All right, second snake of the night, but first snake once it's gotten dark out. Cool. And there's the tail end of number 2. That's cool. Bigger one. Oh, there's number 3 way down in the water. That's sick. So that's 3 right there. That might be, I mean, yeah, I think that's the next one. It's gotta be. Yeah, that's for sure another one. Yeah, dude. Number 4. Yeah. All right, so there's a closer look at the garter. And look, it's a ringneck snake. Oh, he's swimming over on the wall over there. I'm gonna go get him. Go by the garter snake. Oh, garter bailed. Ringneck's still over here. Oh, and there's another garter. So that was garter 4 and 5. and ringneck. That's cool, dude. Bro's stuck down here. I guess we'll have to try and get him out of here, probably. Okay, there's actually 3 garters in here, so that's 4, 5, and 6. Okay, there's garters number, I think 6 and 7. Right in there. It's like 4 garters and a ringneck, like right here. This place is awesome. This little guy. That's cool. Well, awesome, dude. That's super, super sweet. Nice little youngster ringneck. It's a pretty small one. I think obviously he'd be pretty stuck down here, so we're gonna take him with us and release him once we get back out of the canyon. So super, super cool, man. Awesome. All right, there's garter number 8. Just decided to come towards the danger instead of away from it. There you go. Okay, there's number 9, and look at 10. That's super, super cool, man. Tucked in a little crack like that. Try and take a picture of him. All right, there's garter number 11. All right, there's number 12. Yeah. And number 13 down there. Little guy, Little Johnson. That's actually really cool. So there's 2 California tree frogs on the outside and a Baja California tree frog in the center. Wait, no. No, actually both the ones closest to me are Bajas, and then the one on the right's a California. That's so cool. It's number 14. Whoa. Keeps testing his luck. All right, well, there's garters number 15, 16, 17, and 18, all just sitting right here. That's really cool, actually. There's number 19, foraging. Just kind of cruising around. All right. So I just scrambled up out of the slot canyon just to let this guy go. Nice Southern California ringneck snake. Obviously, he was down at the bottom of that real deep canyon. And especially if you're a small snake like this, there's not really an easy way to get out. So pretty cool, got this guy out of the slot, but we're gonna keep hiking a little bit. Up to 19 garters, a gopher, and now a ringneck tonight. It's a really good night out here. Super stoked. And an awesome turn of events. Look at that. That is a western pond turtle. That's the first one, I think, well, first one I've ever seen in Orange County. These guys used to be very common in a lot of these areas, but as the habitat has changed, things have gotten developed, more habitat disturbances happen. They've disappeared from a lot of areas, but right here down in this crazy little slot canyon pool, there's a western pond turtle. That's awesome. Look at that, dude. That's amazing. A native turtle. That's actually such sick footage, though. Of him just foraging like that. Man, that's awesome. That's crazy. All right, we've officially reached 20 on the garter count. That western pond turtle was super sick too. Nice clear pool like that. This is ridiculous. This is an awesome spot, but it's a little bit nightmarish. This is awesome. Okay, that looks very convincing. Oh, it's nothing. Damn it. Talk about a jump scare. All right.